Here we are then, the last meal. Tomorrow's D-Day. Peppy's just been down and put the block and tacklers up in the garage so we can hoist them tomorrow. But yeah, here we go. It's been an interesting few months, especially with him escaping and having to round them up again and having to go in the barn for that short period of time. Hi everybody, welcome back to Escape to Campo. Yeah, we've got a very busy week, hence why this video is a little bit late. But I guess you can get used to that.
Yeah, better late than never, which is what's been occurring in recent weeks.
So yeah, we got our matanza done, i.e. Reggie. Yeah, we slaughtered and butchered the pigs. Shush. We slaughtered and butchered the pigs. So if we give you a quick rundown of what happened and give you a sort of a timeline of what happened. Yeah, so last Wednesday was D-Day, also my birthday. Happy birthday, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Butcher came and the deed was done after a little bit of chasing around.
Yeah, we thought it would be easier than it was.
Yeah, but we managed to corner them and corral them, and yeah. So that happened.
They were just a bit nervous because there was
a machine there, a telehandler, which obviously lifted them out after they'd been done. But I mean, they used to tractors going past all the time, but this telehandler was a new thing, wasn't it?
And it was closer, and there was a load of people that they didn't know. Because they know us, don't they?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a very, apart from a little bit of chasing around and persuading that they did want to be caught, it was very unstressful.
Yep. So the butcher used one of these like bullet. It's just about that long, and it fires a bullet, just a small caliber bullet into their head. And then it was a case of getting a strap around them, lifting them up, and then bleeding them quickly. Because I think that was his concern, wasn't it?
Yeah.
About getting them bled quickly.
Yeah.
Once they'd gone down. But you could tell they were dead once the bullet was in their head, because they just dropped like a sack of spuds, didn't they? Just like, gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, they were telehandled up the road up to our neighbours. He had a bit of a hard standing, a bit of a concrete area up there, which just made it a lot easier to take all the guts out of the inside, and what else we did? Peeled. So the internal fat off the inside of the ribs.
Yeah, I mean, you're missing a step out. We also burnt the skin.
Oh yes, yeah.
We used a big,
like a weed burner thing.
Yeah, and just to basically burn the hairs off of them,
and then sort of brushed it off, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then jet washed it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was funny, wasn't it? Like how much hair there was on them. Do you think?
They were quite.
Like, I knew that they were hairy when I'm not like a dog, but it was. Yeah, it just surprised me.
Right.
It was like there was like a layer of other fur underneath that also came off.
Right. Yeah, so that happened. Obviously, once that was done, they were hoisted up, and the butcher slit them open very, very carefully, because obviously you don't want to nick any of the intestines. Don't want to spoil the meat. Then he peeled the fat off from the inside, and then took all the organs out.
Yeah.
All the organs out, and then peeled the fat. I can't remember which way it was now.
I wasn't there.
No. And then, so from there, the intestines all went into a bucket, and the ladies took all the intestines away. Did you go and clean them there?
Yeah.
So they took the intestines away and went and cleaned them out.
Yeah.
Was it just a rough clean?
No.
Or was it a proper
clean?
Is that what you did out the back here?
Yeah.
Right.
So attached to the hose pipe, like a contraption, so that the water gets separated into two other hose pipes. So there was like 2 of them at the same time doing 2 different ones, and they kind of attached it onto the hose pipe to get rid of all the muck on the outside for a start, and then very carefully or very cleverly they sort of turned it inside out and used the water to completely make them inside out so they could properly clean the inside of it. And then when they turned it back round again, then we had to like get rid of any like residual fat from the outside of the intestines, because that's what we've used to make chorizo.
Yeah.
I thought that I ought to explain why we're going into clean intestines.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And why the ladies were doing that. The gents were still up the road, like I say, taking all the offal out and peeling this fat from this. And I was surprised that really once it sort of slit them open, there was no real tool work beyond that. Used an axe a little bit to open the chest up. I suppose the sternum here. Once that was done, everything was just done by hand. Wow. There was no knife. I was expecting knives all in there and cutting all inside, but it wasn't. It was just purely hand, sort of getting your hands behind the back of the fat and peeling it off and sort of scooping the.
Oh wow.
Yeah, or sort of that, which I guess is what you want, because you don't want to be damaging stuff, do you?
No. So we've saved all of the innards. The cats and the dogs have eaten the pancreases because apparently humans don't eat them. Whether they don't eat them or they don't taste very nice, I'm not sure. But anyway, the cats and the dogs have had them. Dogs not so bothered.
They weren't so keen, were they? Cats love them.
Cats love them. And then everything else we've saved ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah.
So no wastage, not even the insides.
So once that was done and they're all sort of cleaned out again on the inside.
Did they jet wash the inside as well?
No, just give it a bit of a clean.
Oh, did they? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so once that was done, back on they're on the telehandler anyway, and they were brought down to our garage, and they were hung overnight. So that is to let any residual heat that's left in the meat sort of dissipate, and for any residual blood just to drain out, which there wasn't a lot, to be fair, was there?
No.
And we put buckets underneath, and there was, I don't know, sort of a centimetre or two of blood in the next day, wasn't there?
Yeah, not much at all.
So once they were hung, everybody helped. Kate came indoors, and we had a meal. Emma cooked us a sort of traditional English Sunday lunch, so we had soup to start, and then we had roast chicken and roast potatoes and mashed potatoes and veggies
and Yorkshire puddings.
And Yorkshire
None of them had ever seen a Yorkshire pudding before.
No, and for pudding we had apple crumble
and ice cream.
So Emma's idea was that the first day would be like a traditional English dinner, and then the next day, when those same people came back again after we'd done the butchering, which we'll come on to in a minute, we'd have more of a Spanish, or what we thought or considered was a more Spanish matanza meal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that was the idea behind the two, so we could sort of both cultures catered for, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
give them a bit of a taste of what it's like.
Blighty.
Yeah, blighty.
Okay, so that's day one out of the way. Well, I shouldn't say out of the way, but I think the most stressful day. As you can see, the deed was done. There's the piggies. We're all set for tomorrow. We've entertained. Everybody's fed and watered, so everybody's happy. And we're set to go tomorrow at 10 o'clock with the butchery. So I'll just show you what we've got ready. So this is liver and kidneys. And this is fat off the body from inside. No, from the tripe, I think. So the intestines, or sort of fat around the intestines. This is what we call unto, which is the fat from inside the body. That's rolled into salt to preserve it, and so it'll stay here for 24 hours. Then we'll have to hang it and then it's good for up to 2 years, I think. We've been told. People have given us unto before, which we've used for cooking. So that's that. In here, and here, this is the tripe. So basically the intestines. So this is what we're using for chorizo and criollo. So they're ready to go. The piggies themselves, they're hung. So basically they're hung to get any excess blood out of them and to cool down. It's amazing how warm they still were. Something you don't really think about, I guess. But yeah, so they're ready to go. And also around the back here, we have, so this is the lungs and the heart, which are hung. And that's going to be processed into something as well tomorrow, which I can't remember. It's been a bit of a full-on day, to be fair. Struggling to process it all. It's okay when you go into somebody else's matantha, but when it's yours and you're being told everything, what's going on, it's quite difficult to take everything in. But yeah, there we go. So, big old piggies. Big old piggies. So, until tomorrow. Let's see what that brings. Yeah. So, next day, the butcher was back again. And neighbours again were back, weren't they? And it was that's when the actual butchering of the pigs was done, and where it was all chopped up into the various joints and cuts that you'd researched on what you wanted to do.
That was exhausting.
What, the research or the?
No, because everybody here has got their way of doing things. Yeah. And everybody here pretty much does similar to each other. And we were like, well, actually, we want to be able to make English bacon, and we want to be able to make English sausages, and we don't want to salt so much stuff. We want it in a way that we can freeze it. So it was a case of me researching what the options were, but then getting that across in Spanish
to the
butcher. And then the neighbours were sort of like, well, what about this? Well, yeah, there is that option, but that's not what we want. And doing that without being ungrateful for the fact that they were helping, and it was just a bit, it was very difficult to negotiate in another language.
But it all worked out.
Oh yeah, it worked out perfectly, yeah.
The only thing we didn't quite get the bacon the way we wanted it, but we did get bacon. Yeah,
we did get bacon. Yeah. But I know now we've learned so much, to be fair.
Yeah. It was all a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you.
It was very overwhelming, and it was just so much going on in so many different places at the same time. I did actually say to one person at one point, I physically can only be in one place at one time.
So just questions.
It was just like, Emma, what about this? Emma, what about that? Emma. But yeah, it was really good. And there was quite a lot of discussion about how many sausages we want. Like, how many kilos of chorizo do you want? Well, how many kilos of meat will there be for me to split between chorizo, salchichones, and sausages? Well, I don't know. Well, if you don't know how much meat there's going to be, because obviously you don't know how much meat there's going to be, how can I tell you how many kilos that I want?
Yeah, it was a bit stressful at that point of view, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then it was like, you're not doing enough chorizo. Well, no, for your house I'm not doing enough chorizo. But we really missed sausages.
Yeah.
But they came out brilliant, didn't they?
Yeah, they came out really well, yeah.
But yeah, a lot. We learned a lot.
A lot of negotiating and explaining, well, from your behalf anyway.
Yeah. But no, it was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, so from a sort of a traditional Spanish point of view, we've salted for jamón, two front legs.
2 front legs.
So they're smaller palettas. Is that what they're called?
Palettas, yeah.
Palettas. Because it's quite humid here in Galicia, we were concerned that if we did the back legs, the humidity would get to it and we just ended up with rotted meat. And when they're so big, you don't want to lose that amount of meat.
No, and to clarify on that, because we bought our pigs early in the year, so they're a lot older than what, and therefore a lot bigger than what a lot of our neighbours' pigs would be. So not only are the back legs bigger than the front legs, obviously, but our pigs were also bigger than what they would normally be for somebody that would save the back legs to make jamones. So yeah, we didn't want to waste it or do it wrong or lose it and it all go off.
So they've gone to joints mainly, haven't they?
Yeah. And chorizo and sausages.
Right. So they've gone to, so that's that. And we've also salted some pancetta.
Yeah.
So we've got some slabs of pancetta which were salted. But from a salted point of view, that's it, isn't it? That's all we've done. Apart from we've done some bacon, but that's more of a shush. We've done some English bacon, but that's more. It's got salt in it, but it's not got so much salt.
Yeah, it's not so heavy.
It's more of a rub, isn't it, than being absolutely packed in and bathed in salt.
Yeah, so that's got salt, sugar, and a bit of black pepper.
And white pepper.
Was there white pepper?
There's not. I thought there was.
No, it's just black pepper, and that's been rubbed onto the bacon joints, as you would say, and then we're just sort of turning them, aren't we, once a day for 5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days. Yeah.
Then we'll hang them for a couple of days just to dry them out a little bit. Then we'll slice them into our thin slices and then freeze them in packets. And then we're going to have sausage and bacon one morning.
Well, so just to go back to this sort of timeline, that Thursday, all the butchering was done.
Yeah.
And the mincing of the chorizo / sausage meat.
Yeah.
That was done on Thursday. And then on Friday.
And Thursday also we made the torta, which is the chorizo mixed with all the spices and stuff.
Oh yes, we did, yeah.
So we had the massive bath. All the spices were put in, water was put in, garlic was minced and that was put in.
Yeah.
And then the neighbours got all of their arms in there, got it all mixed up, and they did that. They knew what they were doing with that.
Yeah. He's just trumped.
Nice.
You dirty, trumpy little dog. Okay, so that's day 2 of Matanza done. As you can see, the pigs have gone, and I've just woken up. To be honest with you, we're up early doors, at it straight away. Been on our feet all day. Had some lunch, had a couple of glasses of wine, and then fell asleep on the sofa. So back out here to do some chores. I'll run you through what I've got to do. So the first thing I've got to do, I've got to come and stir the chorizo. So one of our neighbours has lent us this chorizo bath. So I'm going to have to get my hands in here and mix it all up. I think they said it's about 30 kilograms of meat in there. Then I have to, what else have I got to do? I have to take out the kidneys and stuff. That's in here. I've take that inside, cut it all up, get it frozen. Yep, so that's to be done. In here, this is our for sausages, sausage meat. In there, I also need to take this indoors. This is for bacon. So we need to get that in its marinade or whatever preserves the bacon. Yeah, so I need to be on with that. Emma's inside at the minute, just tidying up from our entertaining. Yeah. So it's been a busy day, like I said. Been flat out, but we've got everything done. Everything's in the freezer, which reminds me I must go and rotate everything in the freezer to make sure everything freezes. You don't really consider these sort of things when you just drop a bag of vegetables or a pack of sausages into the freezer. When you're putting so much in all at once, the stuff in the middle can actually stay insulated and not freeze. So we've got to rotate it around. So yeah, need to go and do that. And tomorrow, so what's happening tomorrow? We are on with the sausages I just showed you, the sausage meat, just there. And what else? There's something else as well we're doing tomorrow. I can't remember. Been told so much stuff today that I've forgot most of it. Yeah, been a tricky one really. But anyway, we're on. It's all being processed, and that's the main thing. So yeah, see what tomorrow brings. And just to prove nothing goes to waste, this is part of one of the heads. And we've given one head away to our neighbours for helping us. It's a delicacy in Spain, the head. You go to supermarkets, you see heads, half heads hanging up. They're really expensive. So yeah, here we go. There's a little ear. You have to speak up, can't hear you. Yeah, so this is for one of our other neighbours who's come and collect it tomorrow. There's the other ear. Another part, I think that's a snout in there. Yeah, so yeah, heads. Who'd have thought it? Delicacy. I quite like the meat of it. The kids and Emma are not keen. It's a very sort of sweet meat. I don't know if you guys have ever had tongue or anything like that. Tongue or cheek. It's quite a sweet meat. I quite like it. Like I say, the kids don't. Luckily, we've been blessed with a very, very cold evening. So when I had my hands in this earlier, it was freezing, absolutely freezing cold. So that's great for just keep this nice and fresh, so we can finish processing it tomorrow. Yeah, we've got this skin to deal with, so I think port scratchings are in order. I think that's what this is going to go for. Not sure about this. Again, port scratchings, I would imagine. This is the unto I showed you yesterday. So this has now been. So this is the fat. It's now been preserved with salt. And yesterday it was all runny and sloppy, and now it is really hard, really firm. It's incredible how it's changed. And in the box underneath, pancetta is in there. The legs, we've kept two of the front legs. They're going to go for the front legs are going to go for hamon. I think traditionally the back legs are the hamon, and I think they're called hamon, and the front legs are called paletas. So here in Galicia, because it is quite humid. God, look at my hair; it's crazy, man. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, the front legs are paletas, the back legs. A lot of people around here don't actually cure them for hamon, and because it's so humid, it's difficult to stop them going sort of mouldy and rotten. So we've decided to process the meat for the back legs into joints, and so there'll be roast joints for us. We just kept two front legs, which we're going to process into hamon. Unfortunately we didn't have a tub big enough. We thought we had, but when you're sort of in the builders merchants looking at tubs and thinking, oh yeah, I think the leg will fit in there, and when you get it here, it's massively undersized. Pepe has saved us again. He's took it up the hill, or up the mountain as they call it. He's took it up the mountain and he's gone and stuck it in their bath and covered it in salt up there. So the paletas, the hamon, the little hamons are up the road, and they're curing up there. So yeah, okay. I don't think there's anything else for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. That, and then the Friday, it was, what did we do Friday? Sausage day. We made sausages, didn't we?
Yes.
Friday.
Oh.
So I think it went really well, to be fair.
I was a bit stressed out with getting the recipe right.
Yeah. But the actual making of the sausages themselves went
it was brilliant.
Splendidly.
Well, you and Flora did them.
Yeah.
And you two did a brilliant job. Brilliant job with them. And then Flora's daughter came to help in the afternoon, didn't she? While I was in the kitchen making up batches of it.
Yeah. So that was Friday. So it was Friday sausage day.
Yeah.
Okay, another day on the pig processing. Today, sausages and salchichon, which is like a bit like a chorizo, but not quite as spicy. And it's not got paprika in it and stuff like that, but it's still similar sort of thing. So we've made that. Unfortunately, that's gone up the hill to be hung in a barn up the hill. I'll just show you the other fare that we've put together today. Okay, so this is rendered pig fat. So this is obviously different to the unto, which is the fat stored, which is preserved in salt. This is the sort of fat that you can, I suppose it's like lard, old-fashioned lard. Had a bit of a bad name over recent times, lard, but do a bit of research on it. It's not actually that bad for you compared to processed food that you now get. You know, all that processed margarine and stuff. Where are we? Right, sausages. Like I say, the salchichon's gone up the hill. We've got this. These are one lot of sausages. These are Lincolnshires. And we've done half of the Cumberland sausages in there. I'm just about to take these indoors and go and put them in the vacuum sealed bags, split them into 8s, the vacuum sealed bags. Yeah, so that's all good. We never got to use we bought you can see on the back there. This is a mincer that we bought. All these bits and bobs here. New fandangled mincer. However, this is way too fine for the meat that we want. So we never actually got to use it. So €300 well spent there. We ended up using this with a old-fashioned handle on it. And to be fair, it's really good. Well, it's been really good for doing the sausages because you can control the speed to exactly what you want. Yeah, I was always a bit concerned that the electric one, the electric sausage stuffer, would just run out of control, and like would there be sausages flying around everywhere or unstuffed sausages flying around everywhere. But with this one, because you can turn the handle at the speed that you want it, it's done it perfectly as you've just saw. So yeah, that's today done then. Like I said, I'm going indoors now to start packaging the sausages up into packs of 8 and get them in the freezer. Emma's gone off to teach an English lesson, and tomorrow we will be resuming with chorizo, and that will go into, hang on a minute, spin you around again, you must be getting dizzy. That'll be going into these, so that's the intestines, the pig intestines which were cleaned out. So we'll be using that. The reason we haven't finished the sausages, this is the sausage meat here. We've run out of casings. We run out of the intestines for it, which we bought. So Zane's gone into town on his bike. He's gone to meet his friends, and he's going to nip in the butcher's and get it for us. I've just turned the bacon over. This is the English bacon. That's in there. I've just turned over. So that's preserving in salt and pepper and sugar. So that's got another couple of days to go, and then that we're done. Then we'll get that on the old bacon slicer. So yeah, all good. Still need to tackle the skin and the meat, the fat in there, and this in here as well. But one of our friends is coming around to. He fancies having a go at that, so we're going to let him. Anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow, chorizo time. I will say, I don't know if it's any bearing on how tasty the sausages are. We did make a sausage patty up beforehand and try them to make sure that the mixture was right. These Lincolnshire ones. The cat nicked one and legged it with him. She seems to have liked it, so hopefully that's a good omen. And Saturday was chorizo day. Saturday was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all day. So Saturday morning, we put the chorizo into the saucer into the skins.
We stuffed the casings.
When did we decide to chomps?
Yeah, that was
sausage day.
That was Friday.
That was Friday. So sausage chomps and sausages Friday. Saturday we did the chorizo, and then we did that in the morning, and then in the afternoon, all the ladies came back and they sat, and you tied them up basically into the chorizo links, you know, with the string, and they do these things with their hands that turns it into a knot. It's like magic, wasn't it? For a start.
I did it too. They taught me how to do it.
Yeah, I know.
I'd say that I mastered it by the end of it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you were doing really well.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 10 times slower. Stop it.
Yeah, but they've been doing it for the last 70 years.
I don't think they've been doing it that long. But yeah. Oh, that was disgusting, Reggie. But yeah, I was dead proud of myself, as I'm sure Adam's got a photo of to show my happy little face. But yeah. So then we did that.
Saturday.
Yeah, and then took them up to Flora's house and hung them on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we went back again yesterday to start the fire, to start getting them smoked.
Which was Sunday. So we started smoking the chorizo on Sunday. And it's still smoke. We're now Monday. It's still smoking. I think it's got a lot of smoking still to go.
Yeah, I mean, while it's dry still, and it should take less time. I think it takes sort of 3-4 days.
Yeah, we've got a cold northerly wind at the minute, which we're told is ideal for this. It's not raining either at the minute, so the humidity is a little bit lower. So again, all better for curing. Yeah, so it's all worked out well, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
The ham-ons are in salt. The pancetta, we've just hung the pancettas in our garage, haven't we?
Yeah.
Washed them off, washed the salt off them, hung them.
We also made something called unto.
Yeah, which is a bit of a strange thing, isn't it?
Is that from the fat from inside the body?
I don't know where it's the fat from. I think it must, yes it is, isn't it?
Because it was like a solid piece, and
Yeah.
it's sort of like, it was all jellified, and all you did was like took it under, a bit like you would if you're making bread, took it under, then you sliced it, then that just got put in salt overnight, and by the next day it was
It
hard.
was rock hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that's wrapped in newspaper, and that's also hanging just to completely dry out. And what they do is that stays solid and hard, and they will, when they're making like a caldo, so a traditional soup, or if they're boiling potatoes, for example, then they just put a lump of that in the water, and it just to be fair, it does add a really, really nice flavour, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean the first, when we were here, well it's 3 years now, isn't it?
2 years.
2 years. We're into our third year. So the first ever, was it the first one or the second one? We went to Olga's Matanta, didn't we? And she served up these boiled potatoes, and we said to her, what is in these potatoes? These taters taste absolutely fantastic. It's just boiled potatoes with a bit of salt on them. I was saying, no, there's no way these potatoes can taste like this. And it wasn't for several months later we found out it's actually boiled potatoes with a slice of this unto pig fat in the potato water while they're cooking it, and that's what gave these boiled potatoes this fantastic taste.
Yeah. It's a whole other level of flavour, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. What
would you do differently about keeping the pigs, about the butchering of the pigs, the processing of pigs? What would you do differently, do you think? We need to build a crush.
We need a better way to chasing them around. Well, we won't chase them, sort of corralling them around to get them into position so the butcher could
do his
deed. Was stressful for us, so I guess it was stressful for the pigs, and it went on much longer than I wanted it to. So I think we're going to build an area, and next year we'll train the pigs to go into that area. I don't know whether we feed them in that area or what we do, but I just need to be able to get them into a confined space where they can't move around a lot. And I think we can. I mean, they're intelligent animals, aren't they? I think we could train them to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
To make everything easier for everybody, just with a bit of food. So what I want a nice concrete area with some sturdy fences each side and at the front, and maybe a drop-in back box thing. So it's just easier for him to do his
business,
do his biz, and that would just be easier for everybody then.
What else would you do?
What else would I do?
We'd like to build something for us to do our own shit, in our own barn.
Yeah, right. Yeah, except the Trissa's gone up the road, up the mountain as they call it.
Yeah.
To somebody else's barn to be smoked because we just didn't have the right equipment.
We don't have anything.
We don't have anything for it.
And she's more than happy to do it. And she said you don't need to sort out anything for next year, but we've done our Matantha early.
This year?
Yeah, no others are happening for another couple of weeks.
Well, everybody seems to be around about Christmas week, don't they? New Year's.
Yeah, so ours is particularly early for our own reasons. But if it's all right because it's cold at the minute, it's quite cool, so there are no flies. But everybody else normally does it nearer to Christmas where it is much cooler and there's definitely no flies. So we might not be able to do it this early next year if it's still warm. If it's like the weather it is now where it is a bit warmer, it's not really ideal. So we don't want our Matantha to clash with her Matantha. She's not got space for 2 loads of chorizo. And anyway, we need to be looking after ourselves. So that's something else that we need to do.
That's a project for next year.
Yeah. I don't know about building some sort of place where we can sort of burn the skin off them ourselves down here as well and then not have to move. Whether that's something that we'll be able to do.
We're not burning the skin off, we're just...
No, not burning the skin, sorry, burning the hair off the skin, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, what do you think? Is there anything else that you do differently?
I don't think so. I don't think we'll keep the pigs in the field here to start with. I think they'll go straight into the woods next year.
Yeah. Yeah, you've built an alleyway, haven't you?
Well, I've explained that previously.
A delivery area for them.
Yeah. So I think they'll go straight up into the woods next year. Yeah, but other than that, we're really pleased. We're really proud of ourselves where we've come from to what's done. I think the biggest compliment was the butcher said the quality of the meat was excellent. And we know he was joking, but he said he'd give us €1,000 for the pig, didn't he?
For one pig.
For one pig. So they cost us to buy and to feed. They've cost us €500 each.
Yeah. Because
I've been keeping a spreadsheet, so I know how much it's cost us. So
can you say that in your other voice, please?
Yes, I kept a spreadsheet.
Thank you.
For all the costs, just out of curiosity, really, and. Yeah, so when like I said, he was joking, but he said he'd give us £1,000 for it because €1,000 just because the quality of the meat was so good.
Yeah, he was showing us in the slices of pancetta, we call it in English, pancetta if you're watching in Spanish, and the different layers of the meat and the fat. And we might have mentioned a few months back that the Mr. Pig, he was poorly, and we had to end up giving him some antibiotics and stuff. And he did actually end up being slightly smaller than she did. And as we were cleaning the intestines, we did find that he had, not a knot in it, but there was a bulge in one of his intestines. So clearly he had been quite poorly and his stomach was quite a lot smaller. So her pancetta particularly, I think that it had 3 layers of fat and meat, didn't it? Yeah. Which is like proper impressive. So yeah, it was quite a proud moment that he was showing everybody the quality of our pig. So yeah, really pleased.
Yes, that was good. We struggled a bit with how to sort of present this because we could have done a lot more videoing than what we did, but we wanted to learn. We didn't want to be messing around with cameras and getting angles right and stuff like that.
And also there was a lot of people there.
There was, yeah. So with the photos we've taken, at least we can be a bit more selective about what we show you. But if you've got any questions, then please drop a comment below, and we're happy to answer that. Yeah. Like I say, we're really, really proud of where we've come, what we've done, and what's in the freezer. The freezer is still going full bore, isn't it? We're like 5 days on, and the freezer hasn't stopped trying to freeze. You know, you have to keep rotating the stuff around, but there's still stuff in there that's still a little bit squishy. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
Well
really,
done.
really good.
High fivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So back to normal service, I guess. Next week, we've got a few plans. I've got some motivating to do in the garden.
I've got to go and deal with my very, very abandoned polytunnel.
What else? There was something else as well we had today. Oh, and the brakes are squeaking on the van, so I suppose I've got to have a look at the van.
Yeah, that's quite an important job.
Yeah, but apart from that, and then we're just building towards next year, then, aren't we?
Yeah.
We go again.
Do it again.
Do it again, but better.
Better.
Do it again, but better. Is that it?
I think that's it for this week, then, isn't it?
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe and like. Is that what you do? Like and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Brilliant. So we'll see you again next week.
Ciao.
Bye.